The final forming of a person's character lies in their own hands. I welcome back to you all in this GK class, and today we are going to start a new lesson named Famous Words. As I began my video with the famous words of Anne Frank, which means that whatever we become or whatever we are lies in our own hands. जो भी हम बनना चाहते हैं, जो भी हम करना चाहते हैं, it depends on us, on our actions. So here in this lesson, there are certain words, famous words said by famous people, and which you have to identify that which words are said by whom. So here I have made it a bit interesting through pictures. Here, the first sentence, which is, be the change you want to see in the world. That means if you want to change the world, you have to change yourself first. These words were said by none other than Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, as you all know, is the father of our nation. The next sentence, two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I am not sure about the universe. That means दो चीज़ें वर्ल्ड में इनफाइनाइट हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा है, वी कैन नॉट इवन इमेजिन कि वो कितना है, ठीक है, इनफाइनाइट. वन इज़ द यूनिवर्स एंड वन इज़ ह्यूमन स्टुपिडिटी. और मैं यूनिवर्स के बारे में आई एम नॉट श्योर, बट आई एम श्योर अबाउट ह्यूमन स्टुपिडिटी. दिस इज वॉट इनडायरेक्टली एल्बर्ट आइंस्टीन वॉन्ट्स टू से. एंड exactly you know who was Albert Einstein. He gave the theory of relativity and also the energy formula, which says energy is equals to mc square. So these were the famous theories which he gave, and we all know him, that how renowned and how famous and intelligent he was. The next is, the darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Said by Martin Luther King, which means that darkness जो है वो darkness को नहीं हटा सकती. Only light can do that. In the same way, if someone hates you and you in return hates him or her, that will not end that hatred. Only love can do that. If you start loving that person, your love will change that person. And this was said by Martin Luther King. Now, who was Martin Luther King? Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Christian minister and activist who became the most visible spokesperson and leader in the civil rights movement in 1955. And he was assassinated. Now, what do you mean by assassinated? See, there is three words like killed, assassinated and murdered. Killing is when you don't kill someone by intention, right? Someone is killed by mistake. And if someone is murdered, that means you have made a proper planning to murder someone or kill someone. But assassination means to kill some famous personality. Like Gandhi ji was also assassinated. He was the father of nation and he was murdered or killed. So when some famous person is killed, it means assassinated. Now the next sentence is, it's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open one's mouth and remove all doubt. Sometimes it's better to remain quiet. We should be quiet instead of opening our mouth and let others think that we are fool. This was said by Abraham Lincoln, and he was the 16th US president. He was the 16th US president. The next statement is, life is what happens to you while you are busy making other plans. Life is what happens to you. लाइफ एक ऐसी चीज़ है कि वो अचानक से लाइफ में क्या टर्न्स, क्या ट्विस्ट एंड टर्न्स है, यू डोंट नो. इट हैपन्स, राइट? बल्कि हम प्लान कुछ करते हैं, बट लाइफ या गॉड हम जिसको कहते हैं कभी कभी ना, कि गॉड वही करता है जो वो चाहता है, भले हम कुछ भी कितना भी प्लान कर लें, राइट. सो लाइफ में वही होता है जो लाइफ चाहती है. It doesn't matters that what we are planning or what we want. So this was said by John Lennon. And John Lennon is an English singer and also a song writer. Now moving on to the next sentence. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And these words were said by Muhammad Ali. And he was a boxer, a very famous boxer, and his nickname was the greatest. उनको nickname दिया गया था the greatest. Now moving on to the next sentence. What we really are matters more than what other people think of us. हम क्या हैं ये ज़्यादा मैटर करता है, लोग हमारे बारे में क्या सोचते हैं, that doesn't matters. And these words were said by Jawaharlal Nehru. As you all know, he was the very first Prime Minister of independent India. And also, he was children's famous, and that is why he was also known as Chacha Nehru. And on his birthday, we celebrate Children's Day. Now the next set of words. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. मम्मी लोग कहती है ना कि एक झूठ बोलो उसके पीछे कई झूठ बोलना पड़ता है. सो एग्जैक्टली इफ यू आर टेलिंग ट्रूथ तो आपको कुछ याद नहीं रखना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज इफ यू आर टेलिंग अ लाई यू हैव टू रिमेंबर विच लाई और व्हाट यू हैव टोल्ड टू दैट पर्सन, राइट. बिकॉज ट्रूथ है तो वो सच है, वो सबको पता है, सो दैट उसको छुपाना नहीं है, वो सबको पता है ऑलरेडी. सो यू डोंट हैव टू टेल अ लाई फॉर इट, और आपको कुछ याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है, राइट. So these words were said by Mark Twain. Mark Twain was an American writer. He was a famous American writer. The next set of words are: the rich will do anything for the poor, but get off their backs. Which means that the rich people can do anything for the poor, but will never stop exploiting them, will never stop using them, right. And these words were said by Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a philosopher and a revolutionary, and he followed communism, which means that he supported the poor people and he wanted equality. Basically this is the meaning, but you'll get to know in your higher classes in detail about it. The next set of words and the last set of words are: you have to dream before your dreams can come true. सपने पूरे होने के लिए सपनों को देखना जरूरी है. And these were the words by APJ Abdul Kalam. He was the 11th president of our independent India, and as we all know that he is also known as the Missile Man of India. Children, I hope you got the messages said by the words from these famous personalities. With these words, I would like to end my video here. I hope you like the words of these famous personalities. Thank you, children, and have a good day.